Do you really want a job? On the surface, that may sound like a very simple question, but I think the answer to that question depends on how you define the word job. Hello, I'm Jim Gardner, the author of You Have the Talent, so where is the money? I'll tell you right up front, the money is not necessarily in being talented. The money lies in providing a service or a product that benefits someone outside yourself we refer to as the marketplace. So the money lies in providing a service for people who can't provide your service for themselves. That's how it is. We exchange our time and our talents and our skills for some kind of compensation or reward. Usually it's a paycheck or a payment of some sort in the form of money. Not always, but that is a typical way that our economy works. We get paid for the value of what we produce more than we get paid for the time we spend on it. People pay for things that benefit them. We don't want to spend our money on something that has no value to us, so as much as your talent may produce beautiful artwork or beautiful jewelry or great concepts that can, build the pyramids of Egypt, they won't do any good until they benefit someone else in a way that they would be willing to pay you for it. So, the answer to, you have the talent, so where is the money? The money lies in providing a service. And that leads me to the question of, do you really want a job? Or do you want a career? Or do you want projects? Projects that tie together into a whole career of doing some kind of service, build your reputation over time. And that is the key to a successful business. Long-term thinking. Get-rich-quick schemes? Well, yeah, we want to get wealthy as soon as possible. There's no real reason to delay the process. On the other hand, we need to establish integrity, quality, all the things that you would want from a business. We as artists need to build that into our form of a business. We get paid in proportion to the service that we render to others. So if we want to increase our wealth, we need to increase the quality of our service. If you want to know what your current service is worth, take a look at your wealth. What are people willing to pay you for the stuff you're doing right now? When you use your talents to serve the needs of others, you can write your own ticket to where you want to go, to how much you want to charge for your time and your materials. You are more in charge of your life when you make use of the talents that life has given you. Your talent is your business. Whether you develop it into a business or not is your choice. How to do that is why I'm here making this video. People want balance in their lives. People want enough physical health, physical location, physical security, physical needs to be met. We need to eat, we need to sleep, we need to have rest, we need to have fun, we need some physical pleasures, we need physical things, homes, vehicles, some recreational toys, so forth. Physical needs have to be met. We need our emotional needs to be met. That is the artistic drive in our lives. We want to express ourselves. We want to sing, dance, move my arms, express myself now in these ideas that I'm sharing with you. We want to express myself visually. I used to love hot rods. I still do, but I've gone through the phase of hot rods. I'm into other things now. But along the way, we produce the things that excite us and we share them with the general public. We need to express ourselves emotionally, and we need to find a safe and productive, positive, nurturing way to do it. We also need to have an intellectual challenge, and that's where we come in. How can I market my emotions? How can I market my thoughts, my ideas? How can I get myself into a location, a physical situation where, again, it's my studio space or my inspiring job situation. I get to travel, or I have a vision or a view of something that inspires me every day. Intellectually, we want to be challenged. We do not want to be bored. Not if we're creative. And then spiritually, I refer to that as the power of life. I don't know what life is, but I know I have it, and I know you have it, and I know it surrounds us, and trees are alive, and birds, and everything else. There's life everywhere. So it's that power that is now energizing my thoughts, and breathing my lungs, and moving my hands. And so with that power of life, we get to figure out intellectually how to express ourselves emotionally such that we can create physical situations that serve our needs, such as paying our bills and having a house to live in and so forth, but also produces something, either again a physical product that someone can purchase, thus giving us an income, or a service that someone can compensate us for, such as consulting or teaching or whatever. These are intangible things that we can get paid for. Remember, people pay for products and services that benefit them. So the challenge that we face is to take our raw talents that we enjoy the most and transform them into something that is either tangible or service-oriented, such that the marketplace can pay for it. What form our talent takes is nowhere near as important as what service does our talent provide to others. When we think like a business, we think like profit, return on investment, expense accounts. It's stuff that normally does not interest the creative mind of the artist. And yet, it's those simple thoughts. They don't have to be complicated, but it's those simple thoughts that transform a hobbyist artist into a profit-making business. And the business of art can be a lot of fun because it doesn't require a lot of employees. You're it. Perhaps you have an agent, perhaps you have a distribution channel if you're into such things as greeting cards or some mass production processes. You may be working with other people. And then again, your relationships hopefully support your creative endeavor and pay you again the reward for the work that you're either providing to them or working alongside with them. So, but the point being, we get paid for providing something of value, and your talents are your greatest asset. The more you use your talent, the more talent you will have. So the more you give, the more you'll receive, and the more you'll have to work with, so the more you can give, And the cycle continues in an upward spiral of greater creativity, greater efficiency, and greater fulfillment of what your purpose in life is. So with that question, what is your purpose? How do you know what your purpose is? These are very important questions to answer because they guide us with the decisions we make regarding taking on certain projects or looking for certain job opportunities, as well as they guide us in what relationships we want to enter. We want to have a supportive spouse, someone who wants to go on this journey of creative business along with you. We want to have, obviously, clients, relationships with the business world that support us by purchasing our products and giving us feedback, so on and so forth. So as we enter the journey of giving, we also open the floodgates of receiving, and we spiral upwards as we expand. Remember, Jeff Bezos with Amazon started in a garage with internet book sales, and now he's the world's richest man. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak and many others, they started in their attics, their basements, and their garages doing this computer thing. No guarantees, but they felt that there was an interest in it, and so they pursued their passion and changed the world. If you want to make your mark, start small. Bloom where you're planted. What is it around you that people might appreciate from you? And what is it that you like to do? If it's small items, small illustrations, can be greeting cards, can be tattoos, it can be t-shirt designs, things that are small. If you like working on a larger scale, working on canvas, that's it. If you like jewelry, if you like to dance, again, it's not what you do. It's how does it benefit others. Referring back to the question, do you really want a job? Raising the question of your job versus your purpose. You may not always have a job, but you always have a purpose. And if you understand what your purpose is, then your job is to fulfill your purpose. So every day you have a reason to get up in the morning. Every day you have something to do to make your mark, to serve your purpose. You're no longer working for a paycheck. You'll receive one, and probably a very generous one. But you're no longer working for a paycheck. You're now on a mission to make a difference. In some way, shape, or form, you are going to use what you've been given in such a way that you make someone else's life better. Being on a mission requires you to understand what your purpose is. Why are you here? Why are you doing here? Why were you given the gifts that you were given as compared to some other interests or skills and strengths? And how would you know what you're supposed to do with it? Well, we know that in order to get paid, we need to serve others. So that's what you're supposed to do with it. You're supposed to serve others with whatever you've been given to work with. So now, how do we know the purpose of our service? And that is, what makes us feel good? It's a really very simple thing that nature gave us called a conscience, called intuition, called it just feels like that's what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think all the great inventors, whether it's Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak and the other computer people that did it, whether it was the beginning of the industrial age and we had the Henry Fords and all hundreds of automobile people experimenting, and today we have the inventors going into outer space, testing the limits of space travel for tourism, always breaking the barriers, always doing it. Why do you do it? Because something inside of them feels right. If you're that kind of a person, I highly recommend that you follow that feeling, that you trust it, that you trust the idea that you were put here for a reason. And you were given certain gifts, and you were given certain lessons to learn. And if you'll use your gifts, you'll learn your lessons. And in the process of learning your lessons, you'll meet some of the most fabulous people. You'll have some of the greatest adventures. And you'll feel great for having taken the commitment of self-personal growth and sharing yourself with the world. So, on that note, I want to again recommend my book, You Have the Talent. So where is the money? The money is always in providing a service or a product that benefits others. And the book is available from Amazon and from Barnes & Noble and from the publisher, balboapress.com.